Hi everyone, and welcome to your pick a card reading for this month of June. Let's see what's in store for you. For this pick a card, I've selected a selection of spheres, and if you are new to pick a cards, I'll just briefly do a rundown. Essentially, it's a great test of your own intuition. So pause this video if you need it. Think of a number, or if you're drawn to a particular crystal, if you are a person that prefers to select or make your choice with crystals, you can do so. On pile number 1, we have purple fluorite. On pile number 2, we have amazonite. On pile number 3, we have pink charoite. On pile number 4, we have citrine. And on pile number 5, we have amethyst. So make sure that you take a deep breath. No stress. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so it'll be okay. But I have selected these crystals intuitively, so I will be explaining a bit more what each crystal can help you out with and how it ties together with your reading. I have not looked at the cards and I'm very excited, so let's hop right into it. I will place timestamps in the description box below this video, so you can feel free to skip right ahead. And with all that said, let's begin. Hi, pile number 1. If you selected this pile and this beautiful rainbow fluorite, it's a little bit hard for the colors perhaps to show up on camera, but it has a really beautiful mix of navy, light blue, and of course purple. And there's a rainbow right there. I don't know if the camera and the lights will permit, but yes, there's a little cute rainbow over here. Fluorite essentially enhances and boosts our immune system and helps us with making good decisions, so it helps us judge wisely. It's also considered a bit of a cleanser and helps stabilize your aura. It's a great neutralizer crystal to have, and also it really works well to treat heart, third eye, and throat chakra. So let's see what is in store for you. Pile number 1. Let's begin with the spread. We have the Hermit. We have the 6 of Rods. The Ace of Rods. Okay. We have the Devil. We have the 6 of Pentacles, or coins in this deck, and the Moon. Okay. So definitely there is a sense here of having to get out of your own way. Maybe you've been a bit more hermit mode thus far, at least for maybe at the beginning of the year, or lately you felt a little bit more in hibernation mode, but this is going to have to change because there's great opportunity for your pile to make good money and be successful. I love these cards for you. Talk about ascending to the next plane when it comes to material, tangible things, especially with the Devil sandwiched here in the middle. So it's the birth of something new here. This is a new opportunity that's going to be flying out to you. It has either good pay, or if you are a person that's signing contracts this month, it's going to be very, very favorable. You just have to be a little bit careful that these people aren't perhaps hiding something or keeping something from you. So for example, maybe you thought that either meals were going to be paid or they were going to pay your gas bill, or something about it that you believed that they were going to take care of. They might not. So definitely use your communication and your ability to really judge wisely. So if you feel like you need certain things to nourish you, to feel more comfortable with this new opportunity, definitely speak up. The Hermit is a representation of Virgo in the major arcana. So you're either dealing with a Virgo or a Capricorn. These are the signs that most pop out at me. The Moon card is a representation as well of a Pisces. It is the ruler of Cancer. So Perhaps those signs are going to be very important for you throughout this transit, but mostly I am getting this sense of really having a plan, a backup plan, or maybe it really would behoove you, especially because we're going to be in Mercury retrograde for the majority of the month, to maybe do some backups with your computer, with your files, your data. Make sure that everything is backed up just in case anything happens. And this is a card of coming out of your shell. So this month is definitely encouraging you to reach to the top. So halfway through the month, there's a wonderful opportunity for you to shine. Try not to be too boastful, because maybe you're going from hibernation mode or keeping to yourself, and then having to really be seen, really be out there. And maybe for some of you, not all of you, but maybe some things can either get to your head, or there's going to be a lot of compliments coming your way, and just make sure that you take them with grace. That's the only thing that I see with these cards thus far, but everything looks very, very positive. Your intuition's also going to spike up. If you want to work with your intuition, you definitely can. I would suggest using some rainbow fluorite if you have it with you, because it's going to help you with your third eye and with being able to speak your truth, speak your voice. Make sure that your voice is heard at this time. And with the Oracle deck here, we have you are safe, the universe has your back, and we have guidance. So you're definitely guided by the universe, is what I'm getting, to the right opportunity, to the right people. And it's going to be up to you to come out of your comfort zone, out of your shell. This message that I have with the Hermit definitely vibes and jives with the You Are Safe card. So making sure that you feel like you can be comfortable with the unknown. That's going to be very key for you to be able to manifest these beautiful opportunities that are coming your way for success. And that's what we want to see. And guidance. So your intuition here definitely spiking up and leading you to the right people, the right opportunities. So I really feel like you guys are on a high streak. Later on, we'll see the light and the shadow of this month for you. But we had step out of your comfort zone. Oh my God. I promise you, pile number one, that I never look at the piles when I pull them. And this is amazing. I have been a tarot reader for many, many years, and it never ceases to amaze me. And this is why I do what I do, because I love it. So we have the North Node influence here. So stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things differently. So maybe it might feel a little bit uncomfortable to get out of your shell, get out of your idea of what is safe, your safety net, your home base. But when you do and you take a chance, oh my God, the things that you can get. And we have another Virgo here. So if you are a Virgo or you're dealing with a Virgo, this message is specifically for you. You are good enough. So my Virgos, or the people that have strong Virgo in your chart, look at your astrological chart. Maybe you have stellium or very important planets or placements that are very important in the 6th house, or whatever house Virgo rules for you. The Hermit is a representation of Virgo, like I said, and we have the full moon in Virgo. And sometimes the archetypical energy of Virgo can be very critical, but above all, they're self-critical. So they're reaching for perfection here. And so it's not about perfectionism. This month is inspiring you to embrace your shadow self with the devil. So show your flaws. Show what it is that makes you unique. So people are not going to be drawn to you for perfection. They want to see a little bit of your chaos, a little bit of what makes you nuanced and different. So sometimes we perceive some of our own flaws as such, but really they're the things that set us apart. So now is the time to really embrace that. So the area of light for your sign will be embracing your shadow self. I love how this really connects. This is the card of Scorpio in the astrology deck that I pulled for you that does talk about embracing your shadow, whatever your shadow is for you. Maybe you are a person that has had certain difficulties or certain things that perhaps you try not to show, because the energy of Scorpio here, especially with the devil energy, is like trying to just show the perfectionist, the perfect side of your personality. But if you embrace your shadow, the things that we hold in the dark, the things that we try to hide, the things that lurk beneath, that is what's going to make you stand apart. That is what's going to make you shine. That is what's going to bring you the opportunity. So maybe it's embracing that area of shadow self, like I was talking about earlier, or maybe it's just recognizing the duality within you, that you can be both. You can have that area of being very together and then bringing in a bit of, it's not mess, but it's just, yes, it's just your shadow. That's really what's coming across very strong with the devil and the Scorpio card here. And then we have peaceful among thorns. This is the shadow energy, the area that you might have to combat. So if you focus on the dark within you, the things that you always try to bury, because Scorpio energy tries to bury and keep things hidden. So this is a time to let that side of you come forward. So maybe some of you don't like to be maybe too ambitious, for example. Maybe you don't want to be too out there, too exposed. And this is the time to do just that, because the peaceful among thorns in this deck really talks about that Virgo energy of being a bit of a hermit, of being a bit more caved in. So now is the time to get out of that and really embrace the things that you consider to be maybe not as bright, as interesting, but trust me, once you let that go and just show and reveal all your true colors, beautiful opportunities are abound for you. The Six of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, this is guaranteed success. So you're being guided. Just know that you're good enough and embrace what is different, what is out of your comfort zone, and you'll be just fine. All right, pile number 3, that is the end of my reading for you. If you'd like an additional message for your own zodiac sign, I invite you to follow me over on IG, where I do astrological pulls every single month. It's one card. I call them my guidance cards, my guide cards, that I do over there on IG right before I do these videos. So if you'd like to get a bit of a preview of what's to come for your sign, do follow me over there on that space. I would love to interact with you over there. Otherwise, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can do so by heading over to untitled.tarot.com. I always have the link in the description box below this video if you're interested. You can see all my availability rates and all of that jazz over there. And with all that said, I'm wishing you lots of love, light, and blessings, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is going to be your reading for what's in store for you for this month of June. If you chose this pile, I personally love Amazonite, and this sphere is so gorgeous. It really reminds me of waves and also of the earth. I love the energy of Amazonite because it helps us with tendencies of self-neglecting, particularly if you are a female, and it increases or boosts your self-esteem. It's a very happy energy that it brings, and it helps you with communication as well. In fact, I feel like it adds like a harmony between your intellect and your own intuition. So it brings things in harmony, in balance. All right, so I chose this intuitively. We'll see how it resonates with the rest of your reading. But additionally, I also want to note that it also helps us align to our real and true path. So let's see. To start us off, okay, we have the Queen of Cups. I love this deck so much. It's so gorgeous. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles or coins in this deck. We have the Death card. We have the Magician, love that. And then we have the Five of Swords. So I definitely see self-love here being heightened, especially at the beginning. So really connects with the messages here with the Amazonite sphere, if you chose this pile, because the Queen next to the Nine of Swords is kind of talking about a little bit of a lack of self-love or self-neglect, because I do feel like pampering yourself and taking care of yourself and your body, nourishing yourself, making sure that you're sleeping enough, drinking enough water, and all of that does talk about how much you prioritize yourself and how much you believe that you're worthy of getting. So it talks about nourishing, because we have the King of Coins here that says that there is something that you have been doing constantly thus far, either within your own self or with work, because we do have a coin card here that can denote work or what you do for a living, or maybe it's your relationship with money, because I do want to note that if you don't practice self-love and put yourself first and take care of yourself, it's going to be very difficult to attract and manifest the things that you want to see in your life. So abundance and everything that we want to attract is going to be much more difficult. But I do see a period of transition for you with a death card. So you're going to be changing and viewing yourself, because I'm really mostly getting self-love for this pile, changing the ways in which you have invested with the King of Pentacles of Coins here, where you have invested of your own self. So this could be your time, because time is incredibly valuable, and coins talk about where we place a value in our lives. So maybe you've been watching a lot of negative things on social media or the news, or maybe you've been watching a little bit too much Netflix or shows that are just not really conducive to the kind of life that you want to be leading, or it's kind of feeding the shadow self that we all have within us. But you're going to be transforming and changing this. So for some of you, if you've always wanted to get on a maybe exercise regime or meditation or doing Reiki or yoga, or perhaps it's just eating better foods, healthier choices, cooking at home, I'm seeing a change for the better. But at first, it's going to be a little bit of touch and go. So sometimes maybe you'll skip workout day, or you'll have extra cheat days. So I do see a little bit of instability at first, but definitely nothing that you can't handle. You have the Magician here that talks about cutting an old cycle and also proving your naysayers wrong. So maybe if someone told you in the past, well, pile number 2, this is just what the kind of box of that we see you being able to perform, to do, to manifest, to achieve, and you maybe believed it for a while, maybe you believe them, but that's a thing of the past. You're going to be letting that go and recognizing, I'm even better than that. I'm even better than I gave myself credit for. I'm seeing an epiphany, a big transformation moment where you're going to really ascend when it comes to limiting self-beliefs. That's mostly what I'm getting for the majority of you, and also recognizing who and what is worthy of your time and who isn't. So maybe it's a thing that you've been doing, maybe it's a vice, maybe it's your connection with a person, or how you've been viewing money or your career. And if some of you have been vacillating whether or not you are on the right path, this is a great time to course correct, because you kind of can't choose wrong. You just have to really cut that cycle. We have an infinity symbol here that is being cut, because as you can see, it starts here, ends here. So it is a time to begin anew, if you will. And for the Oracle deck here, we have action and flow. So you definitely have to take action at this time. awaken the warrior woman within. So if you have been down and out, down on yourself, down on a specific area of your life, it is time to change that, to transform it, but you have to be proactive. So if you catch yourself with negative self-talk or negative thoughts, it's time to change that. You are a radio, you have to tune into a higher vibration, higher frequency, and then see where it takes you. See where this transformation leads you into a better path that maybe at first is going to feel a little bit unsettled. And that's what the flow card says, is just to trust the process, to trust that you have everything going for you to be successful. And now here with this other oracle deck, we have meditate and contemplate, and the answers you need are coming. So there is going to be actually not just a full moon in Gemini, but there's going to be an eclipse in Gemini. So we do have a lot of Gemini energy coming for this month of June. And that's why Amazonite for you will be very good, because we do have two really big, important sword suits here, and swords talk about communication. So choosing your words wisely, not just with other people, but mostly with yourself, and recognizing that maybe at first you don't know the way, you don't know if maybe you're going to make some errors, some mistakes, but if you just be in flow, maybe meditation and contemplation is going to be key for you to be able to handle these changes that are coming your way, and really fortifying whatever spirituality that you practice. I am very much a respectful person for other people's belief systems. If you believe in God, if you believe in Gaia, if you believe in the universe, in Allah, whatever it is that resonates with you, that is something that's going to carry you throughout this month, and that you can count on as an anchor at this time. Now, the area of light for you is going to be taking action. I love, love, love when the cards have so much synergy. This is an active card. As you can see, we have another spike here. We have a spear, and then we have that kind of symbolism that's really calling into the planet of Mars. So this is not a time to rest on your laurels and hope that things are going to just manifest for you and just happen for you. This is a time to be very proactive. And if you do, you can definitely manifest, let go of the things that you want, and call in your own power and cut some illusions or cycles, things that felt cyclical in nature or disempowering. And the area of shadow is the temple of my body. I'm not surprised to see that. I love that because it is talking about self-worth. As you can see, there's a 2 here, and the 2 in astrology talks about issues of worth. Self-worth, but also what you deem is worthy or isn't worthy of you. So the temple of my body is holding yourself like a temple and recognizing, okay, I need to put in better boundaries with other things, with other people, and within yourself. Because the most important relationship we have is definitely starts with us. So negative self-talk, all these things, you're cutting all of that. Or if you've been listening to other people's limiting beliefs, that is going to go bye-bye. At this time, you're going to be active, proactive, and really, really push forward with what you want to see manifest in your life, because this is my manifesting card, the Magician. All right, pile number 2, that is the end of my reading for you. I hope that it has been of help. If you'd like an additional message for your own zodiac sign, I invite you to follow me over on Instagram, on IG. I do a 1 card pull every single month for all zodiac signs. It's essentially the card that contains or summarizes the energy that's going to be at your disposal for the month that I read for. I do that work over there first, and then I do these second on my channel. So if you'd like to get an additional message, I'd love to interact with you over in that space. Otherwise, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can do so by heading over to tripletarot.com. I always have the link in the description box below this video. You can see all my availabilities, how to book over there, and all that jazz. And with all that said, I'm wishing you lots of love, health, and abundance, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care, pile number 2. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this pile, this is going to be the energies that are going to be at your disposal for this month of June. I personally love pink charoite. I love this sphere. It has just such beautiful pink motifs. It almost looks like a painting. Hopefully you can see that with the beauty lights here that I have. I love pink charoite because it really helps promote a sense of giving for ourselves. It helps us get rid of pessimism and fears, activates the third eye and the heart chakra, and brings about spiritual healing. So definitely a very gentle stone. If that is something that you would like to work with, I definitely suggest wearing it if you can, or keeping one, a little pocket stone, tumble stone, or even this little sphere with you or in your space. Now let's see how it connects with the rest of your reading. I chose all these intuitively and I will be seeing it with you. We have the 7 of Cups to start us off. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the Justice card. We have the Tower, okay. We have the 4 of Wands, and we have the 10 of Blades. So definitely changes are afoot for you with the Tower and the 10 of Blades, which is a sword suit. I do see a kind of like a moving on from a chapter that just felt a little bit unstable in your life. And there's definitely a cutting here. Cutting of an old way of either thinking, of being, or of dealing with one person. You could be cutting literally a person out of your life. This is a separating card, especially when it's next to these 3. So I am seeing a moving on from a chapter that felt like it was up and down. When it was good, and when it wasn't, it wasn't. So it is a card as well of possibility, but you have to choose. You have to choose you. Is essentially what I'm getting with this spread, because there is something that the energies are trying to pull you toward the 4 of Wands here, which is our environment and our long-term bonds for me. And I am seeing like you have to really analyze this month. Is it really worth it? How much am I willing to bend for this person, the situation? Because I am seeing it's a burden worth having. Something is worth having, but something is not. And now is the time to decide. So it's kind of like you guys have like a bit of a final countdown happening here, because if you don't decide, it will be decided for you with the Justice and the Tower card here. And this is why the pink charoite wanted to come through, because it does help with healing. So if there's a situation that you have to get rid of, a person or whatever it is, emotionally you'll be up and down, and you might feel like, oh, this is hard to do. It's hard to leave this be. Or it could be a chapter in your life. Maybe you're moving residence. These 3 might denote moving of your home, or what you consider to be home. Maybe you're moving in with a roommate. Maybe you're moving in with a love partner or a friend. Whoever it is worth it, but it's a transitional phase where something is being torn down so something new can begin. So it's saying this transition it's worth it for you to go through it. So sometimes we kind of stall in life, especially when we are a little bit fearful of what's to come in the future. But these cards are saying if you don't make the choice, June will be the time that this is going to change. So it's better if we are the ones making that choice and releasing and letting go, because then we feel more in control, because otherwise it's going to be done for you. Now let's see what else we have here. We have listen, silence your mind and pay attention. And then we have head, logic and evaluation. We have a lot of thinky cards here. The Justice typically has a huge sword with it, besides having the scales. So we have thinking cards here. The Ten of Swords is like, we can't carry on the way that we have, and we need to go towards the stability. What really holds everything together? Maybe are you the glue in your family? Are you the person that has the burden to keep everything together? Because this is a month to say, like, I either need some help, calling in this pink charoite energy of I need to bring more healing in my own personal space. Heart chakra, crown chakra, that's kind of that energy of like, you got to get out of your head and really communicate it. This is either what I need from you, or this is it. It's a time to really, really put in that effort and not be beating around the bush. The listen card says silence your mind and pay attention, because intuitively you already know what changes you need to make in your life. And they're not superficial ones. These ones are deep, because we have the Justice and Tower card being at the center of the spread. And that's why we have this beautiful healing element here, because once you decide to make this change, you will be able to release and let go. Because yes, the 10 of Blades, 10 of Swords is not ideal. Swords can be painful, especially the 10, but it does say that the pain is ending. So you're ending a cycle, because all 10s in the minor arcana are culminations, are really endings, so that you can begin anew. But you're in that space right now of, should I do it? Should I not do it? And this is the time to just do it, to just go for it, and put distance between what hasn't felt stable into your life, so that you can go into that stability. And here we have take time to breathe out. It's a time for healing. Oh my God. I love when there's so much synergy in the cards. I feel like so far the cards have been on fire. For all piles, it's been like this. Time for healing. That's why we have this crystal heal here. And it's a time to really focus on what you need, and time to breathe out. Let it go. Focus on what makes you stable, and not what maybe you felt like you had to do for other people. It's time for you to put yourself first. And the area of opportunity, we have the 8th house, which talks about what was hidden, secrets, and what we maybe receive from other people. So if you felt like what you were putting out there wasn't reciprocated, it's time to go goodbye to that, to end that. And the 8 is also saying maybe you have put it off, but now is the time to really face it head on. Face the music. You won't regret it, because it will bring you back into alignment with your own self, and will bring you closer to people that are aligned with you. And the area of difficulty for you will be the bride in the cage. Don't put yourself in a box. Don't allow people to put yourself in this cage, that it's not a literal cage, but sometimes we feel like we have either limiting beliefs, or we feel like we have to stick it through with a situation that isn't as stable as we need it to be, and that doesn't feed us in the way that we need to be nourished. So, like I said, now is the time. Now is the time to really face it head on so that you can get out of this and into a zone that is much more tranquil, much more stable, and better for you in the long term. All right, my dear pile number 3, I hope that that reading was of help to you. If you'd like to get an additional message for your own zodiac sign, I invite you to follow me over on IG, where I do a 1-card pull every single month for all zodiac signs. You can find me on all social media under Triple Tarot. And if you'd like a private reading with me, you can do so by heading to tripletarot.com. I always have the link in the description box below this video. If that is of interest to you, you can see all my availabilities, rates, how to book in that space. And otherwise, I'm wishing you lots of love, health, and abundance. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care, pile number 3. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 4, and welcome to your pick a card reading for this month of June. Let's see what's in store for you. If you chose this beautiful citrine, this is also a rainbow citrine. I don't know if the beauty lights are going to be able to show it, to show the rainbow. It's right there. Hopefully you can see that flash, but I personally love crystals with rainbows. This citrine is one of my favorite stones. I have a few here on the side. It's a great stone for manifesting, for abundance, and it brings about a lot of joy and happiness. And it also helps with the communication as well. If that is something that you have been struggling with, I definitely suggest bringing in citrine with you and always having citrine with you, especially at work or in your home office or in your person. If you are going for a job, it definitely can help. So let's see how this beautiful crystal resonates with the rest of your reading, as I have not seen what else is to come. We have the Page of Swords here, the Page of Blades. Then we have Judgment. Oh my God, I love this representation of Judgment. We have the Two of Blades. We have the Hierophant. We have, oh my God, the King of Blades and the Three of Rods. Okay, so things are definitely coming to you. They're going to be taking root, taking hold, but it's more at the end of the month. At the beginning, it's more about being very, very clear in our communication. We have 3 communicative cards. Talk about communication is going to be very important, very crucial. Tone can be misinterpreted at this time because we do have Mercury being a retrograde. It's going to be retrograde for the majority of the month, actually. So we have to be very careful with our messages, especially social media, emails, texts, what have you. Because I do feel like we could be judged unfairly, or we could judge other people unfairly. So that could cause a little bit of miscommunication at the beginning that you can definitely avoid. Because the Two of Swords here, the Two of Blades, talks about something that we can't go back on. It's a choice, a decision that we can't go back from. So it's also an impasse. It's not knowing to go with A, to go with B, of not being able to make up our own mind. But we're going to be called, pile number 4, to make a choice at this time and to make sure that this choice is something that we want for the long term. Because we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant definitely demands commitment. So make sure that whatever communication that you have, all of your dealings, that you're very clear, that you really revise things before you send them, before you speak. Try to take a deep breath, because people are going to be holding to your word. So I do see a need to be very clear, very concise, very to the point, and not beat around the bush. The King of Blades here suggests that you might be dealing with air signs at this time. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And if it's not those signs, it's just people that really talk very openly, clearly. They're to the point. They don't mince their words. And this person can be of help to you when it comes to manifesting and attracting things that you want to see take hold, take heed on your life in the near future. So this could be a mentor to you. These two cards, especially the Hierophant and the King of Swords, talk to me about that, about getting a little bit of a help. This could be a guru, a spiritual advisor, a therapist, a priest if you are a believer. I don't judge anybody by their own personal belief systems. So whoever this person is, it's just someone that holds a lot of wisdom, someone that sees things from a very, very clear perspective. And if it's not you dealing with these kinds of people, you are going to find that inner perspective. And at first you're going to feel like, oh, I got to choose wisely. And you definitely have to. But eventually you make that choice and it's going to lead you on the path that you are ready for. That is the key here. What is it that you're ready for? Pile number 4. And then here with the Oracle deck, we have caution, keep your guard up. And we have a new beginning, which is what I was seeing here with the 3 of Rods. Caution, keep your guard up, talks about what we already discussed with your communication. You have to be a little bit careful that maybe other people don't misinterpret you, or you're not being too judgmental of either yourself or other people. So make sure that you revise everything that you do send. And at this time with Mercury, we can be a little bit more accident prone. I am not seeing that for the majority of you, but I do have to put that out there because whenever I have this card, it does talk about mishaps. So it could be just something very simple, like maybe you bang your toe and nothing else happens, nothing terrible happens from that, because I'm not seeing catastrophe in this spread. But it's just like you can avoid things if you simply think more clearly and aren't rushing. So take your time and don't rush to make harsh judgments as well. We have also believe in the impossible, and it's time to release negativity. We definitely have that at the beginning here with judging other people or feeling unfairly judged, feeling like we might have to make a choice and not knowing if we have all the information at first, but definitely you do, because you have to believe in the impossible, because the impossible can happen at this time. That beautiful new beginning that you want is here. It's in the offing, but you just have to think clearly, and you have to think a long-term goals, long-term success. And maybe you have been a person that's just been going with the flow, and now it's a time for careful consideration and planning with where you want to be in a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. What do you want the rest of your year to look like? And in the area of opportunity, we have springtime, we have early spring, which means things are definitely very fertile at this time. They can grow, but it's only putting in the seed so that later on things can manifest. So it is a time to get serious with the Hierophant here. In the area of shadow that you might have to combat is a revenge. And we talked about revenge here a little bit with this energy of maybe judging other people or being a little bit harsh. So try not to get too caught up in wanting to exact revenge, or to be a little bit petty, or to be holding on to things that no longer serve, not only for the other person, but mostly for yourself. Because revenge weighs us down. And as you can see, she has 2 swords, and then we have the 2 of swords here. This energy says it would behoove you to let this go. If you let it go, you can reach your goals that much higher, that much more easily. So definitely, if you let this receding energy go at first, then we see a brand spanking new beginning, but you have to have the courage to open up that door, believing in the impossible, and being very clear and resolute and thinking long term. And like things that you plant this month are definitely going to germinate. You have this beautiful manifesting lucky energy with a citrine here. If you need a little bit of a helper crystal, I definitely suggest this. They come in all shapes and forms. This is a tower here. I personally love this stone. I can't get enough. I wish I could get more. But yeah, I can't afford it at this time. But I do suggest, even if you can only work with an even smaller tumble, there's little smaller crystals as well that you can work with, or larger ones. If that is in your budget, feel free to use it at this time because it can be very helpful and beneficial for you. All right, pile number 4, that is the end of my reading for you. I hope that it helped and it brought about clarity for you to manifest with the energies that are going to be at your disposal throughout this time. If you'd like to get an additional message for your own personal astrological chart, I invite you to follow me over on IG, where I do a 1-card pull every single month for all zodiac signs. It's essentially the summation of the energies that are at your sign's disposal for the month that I read for. I do that work over there first, and then I do this work over here second. And if you'd like to get a private reading with me, you can do so by visiting tripletarot.com. I have the link in the description box below this video. If that is of interest to you, you can see all my rates, availability, and how to book over there. And with all that said, pile number 4, I'm wishing you lots of love, abundance, and health, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 5. This is going to be your reading for this month of June. Let's see what's in store for you. If you chose this pile, we have a beautiful citrine here that has a gorgeous rainbow here on the side. Hopefully the camera can capture it with the beauty lights here, but otherwise know that it's there, shining brightly for you. And I love the energy of amethyst. Amethyst is, I feel like, a very important stone to have, especially if you do anything to do with intuition, because it can heighten it. It is also a great stone if you deal with anger, because it can help us curb it and manage our short-temperedness. It can heal anxieties as well. And it's great for dispelling negativity in general. So maybe it's a psychic attack or negativity within you or the evil eye. But it also, most importantly, heightens your intuition because it works beautifully with the crown chakra. So let's see how the energies of amethyst are connected with the rest of your reading. To start us off, we have the 4 of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Rods, the Ace of Pentacles, love that. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, and the 7 of Blades. Love this. No matter what you do, pile number 5, you're destined for amazing success. I'm going to say that again. Amazing success. We have these 2 beautiful cards at the very heart of your reading, talking about you having luck this month. You're going to have luck, a very beautiful, blessed, lucky energy when it comes to money matters, when it comes to your business, your work, what you do for a living. If you are a pile number 5er that studies, so it's just gonna be having luck with your papers, your grades, and just shining really, really big. It's also a very youthful energy that we have, and we're going to have a lot of opportunities to be had to be successful. Opportunities to be successful. And at first, we're like, yeah, we are kind of clutching into our own belief systems of what we want to manifest, but then things go even crazier than expected. So I feel like this month is going to exceed your expectations. So if you had been dealing with maybe pessimism at first, because this is can be a bit of a pessimistic energy, or like, yeah, I could take it or leave it, this card can help. This crystal can definitely help you dispel any negativity, grab it from other people, and kind of like let it bounce off of you that much easier. Or if it's within yourself, if it's just internal negativity, or helping you be able to recognize these opportunities, because I almost feel like for the great majority of you, I want to say like 70%, you guys are going to be having things happen to you. It's going to land on your lap. And I don't always get to say that. Definitely take it, because even if at first you're like, yeah, I don't know, I might have to spend a bit more money or resources or open up in a way that I haven't, do it. Do it, because it's really good. You're going to be very successful at that. And you're going to be feeling very full, very whole at heart. And it's just success coming. It's success coming, and your plans are materializing at this time. Love to see it. So here we have hard work. Hard work pays off in this case, commitment and perseverance. And then we have energy, intensity, passion, power. You guys, you're going to be so powerful at this time. I can't stress it enough. You guys have such a beautiful reading. I want to say this is my favorite one. So if you chose this one, you are definitely very, very lucky at that. And energy just says that intensity is coming. So maybe it's going to feel like things are just happening a little bit too quickly, or your passions are going to be rewarded. If you're a very passionate person, then power is coming for you, but it can get a little bit intense. That's the only drawback that I'm seeing. Later on, we'll see the shadow of how these energies play off. But yes, hard work is rewarded for you at this time. Then we have communication is key, and a personal issue reaches resolution. So maybe if at this time you had been in odds with someone in your life, could be a family member, a friend to you, an acquaintance, someone in your life, communication is going to be had. For some of you, I definitely see you being able to mend fences and also coming out on top. Kind of like having an I told you so moment with this person, because I am seeing things being more in your favor than with them. But I do see a healing moment for you, especially with the Lover's card and getting this personal issue reaches resolution. And maybe it could just be you just didn't think that your hard work would get you to where you want. But yes, it can. It will. And it's happening. It's happening. And you will see it halfway through the month. Let me know. I'm so curious. I'm so happy that you got this beautiful reading. Let's see the area of opportunity for your sign. We have Earth. So you're going to be, this really is very reminiscent for me of the Ace of Pentacles, because Pentacles talk about what we can manifest in the earthly plane. So anything that is tangible, material, and that we hold of value, because without Earth, none of us would be here, right? So you are being able to reach some goals that are tangible at this time. And with the energy card, you have everything that you need to be successful. The area of difficulty, in your case, it would be sacrifice. So you might have to let go, open up a bit more than maybe you're used to. And kind of the 7 energy also is reminding me of the 7 of Pentacles, which is kind of like letting go and letting God. So sometimes we feel like we know best, but the universe or God, if you're a believer, whatever resonates with you, I don't judge anybody by their own personal belief systems. The 7 does talk about your own connection with spirituality, knowing that there's a small price to pay for the beauty that is happening. So if at the beginning of the month you feel like, I am clinging and holding on to something so hard, as soon as you let it go, boom. The energy shifts and good luck finds you, an opportunity finds you, and success is here in the offing for you. It's a small price to pay. For some of you, it'll be like your hard sacrifice of your hard work, your commitment, your perseverance, that all the things that you have sacrificed are paying off. So your good luck is here, and you're being rewarded at this time. And I could not be happier for you to give you such beautiful, wonderful news. And pile number 5, that is the end of my reading. I want to leave it on a high here. I don't want to find any more negativity, because really the negative area is really just, it's very small price to pay for the beauty that is coming. So if you'd like an additional message for your own zodiac sign, I invite you to follow me over on IG, where I do a 1 card pull every single month for every zodiac sign for the month that I read for. Otherwise, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can do so by heading to tripletarot.com. I always have the link in the description box below this video. If that is of interest to you, you can see all my availabilities and rates over there. And with all that said, I'm wishing you lots of love, luck, and abundance. Definitely, you don't need it because it's here. It's coming. It's definitely coming. And hopefully, I'll see you next time. Take care, pile number 5. Bye-bye.